Sora, Donald and Goofy found their way through the world between, only to be stopped by a man in a black coat. Sora chases the man into a huge castle, known as Castle Oblivion. Inside, they're greeted by the man in the coat, who gives Sora some cards and an ominous message about his memory. Sora begins to climb the castle, using each card to return to a world from his memory. In each one, he meets the characters from his last journey, and each one talks to him about memories. It becomes apparent as he climbs that his memories are being removed. After the first floor, Sora meets with the first person in the castle, Axel. A fight ensues, and Axel ends up retreating. 5 floors later, he meets another of the denizens of the castle, Larxene. She's much more aggressive than Axel, but offers up some more cards when Sora defeats her. At the end of the 7th floor, Sora finds himself face to face with Riku, but there's something not quite right about him. They fight on the 7th and 8th floor, before another denizen of the castle, Vexen, appears. He reveals the plan for the people in the castle, and gives Sora a new card. This card takes them to Twilight Town, a place they've never been before. Vexen said it was from Sora's deepest memories, though. At the end of the world, Vexen appears again. After being defeated by Sora, Axel appears and finishes the job. Returning to the castle, Riku appears again. This time, Sora and Riku argue about the girl they grew up with, Namine. Both of them have the lucky charm she gave one of them, and they fight again. Riku runs, leaving the lucky charm behind. It becomes a new card. The card takes Sora to the Destiny Islands alone after he argues with Donald and Goofy. At the end, he's forced to relive the night his home disappeared before facing off against Riku one final time. As soon as Sora wins, Larxene joins the fight, throwing Riku to the side and revealing he was a replica all along. Sora defeats Larxene once and for all before racing further into the castle to save Namine. At the very top, he finds her, only to be stopped by Axel. Sora defeats him again and rushes on to fight the leader of the group of the castle, Marluxia. A fight ensues, and Sora is ultimately the winner. With everyone defeated, Namine reveals the truth. She was the reason that Sora's memories were taken. She offers to restore them, but Sora will have to go to sleep. Sora agrees. While all of that was happening, Riku found himself in the basement of the castle. A strange voice in the darkness had led him there, giving him a card to help him find his way. The issue is that his cards will only allow him to meet the darkness in each world, and he can't see his friends. After the 13th floor, he's stopped by none other than Ansem, who forces him to use the darkness in his heart. He's also given more cards, and Riku begins to climb out of the basement. On the 10th floor, he's stopped by Vexen. Riku wins and Vexen leaves. His plan is to use the data to create the Riku replica. They meet on the 8th floor. Riku wins and carries on climbing. On the 3rd floor, Riku meets his next member of the people in the castle, Lexaeus. He's strong, but Riku's stronger. Defeating him leads to the final person appearing. He gives Riku the Destiny Islands card. Here, he sees his friends, but they all disappear before he can speak to them. Eventually, he meets with the final person in the castle again. His name is Zexion, and he tells Riku that he is pure darkness, causing a huge Heartless to attack. After winning, Riku finds Sora. Sora is angry at Riku for using the darkness and swallows him in light. Inside the light, Kairi comes to him and tells him to embrace the darkness, allowing him to hit Sora, who turns out to be Zexion in disguise. Zexion then attacks Riku but is defeated by him, only to run away and be defeated by Replica Riku, who is led by none other than Axel. Ansem attacks then, taking control of Riku's body. His darkness is stopped by the arrival of King Mickey, who goes with Riku into the next place, Twilight Town. Here, they meet a man who calls himself Diz. Diz wants Riku to meet Namine and choose what to do. Outside of a huge mansion, replica Riku makes his final stand, choosing to fight Riku to see who should be the real one. Riku wins, and the replica is genuinely sad over it. Riku meets with Namine and decides to fight the darkness head-on rather than forget, and runs through the final basement floor to face off against Ansem. At Ansem's defeat, Riku is swallowed by the darkness and saved by Mickey. They leave the castle the way that Sora entered, travelling the road until they meet Diz again. Diz has another choice, but Riku says he'll take his own path. The road to dawn.